Your husband actually just showed me a note.
Yes, I did.
He tells me he's got your note in heaven. I said, you need to tell me something right now so that you know, something that no one else knows, that you're here and with her. And he showed me the note. Know that right away, your mother's coming through on the other side because she was pulling me over. And the moment that I saw you, she was saying to me, Matt, I wasn't supposed to die this way. I wasn't supposed to die this way. She says, please tell my daughter that I thought that I was going to be able to make it through this. And I thought that I was going to be able to, she says, to survive here in this world. She tells me that first of all, she goes, before we start anything, Matt, she goes, can you please just thank my daughter for staying on the side of me? Can you thank her for fighting with me? And can you thank her for never giving up on me here in this world?
Yeah.
She tells me that in the beginning, when your mom first saw the doctor, I feel like people didn't really take seriously what was going on with her or what was happening with her in her body. Now,
Yes.
and she's also telling me that she was hit with a double illness, she's telling me. She was sick with two different things.
Yes.
So I feel like she was sick from an illness, but she was also sick. It almost feels like pneumonia to me when I'm connecting with her because I keep feeling all this fluid right here on my chest.
Yes.
Because right away, when I'm sensing your mom, I keep hearing her going, she says, Matt, please tell my daughter I can breathe again. And first of all, I have to tell you that this is what's really tough. Your mom tells me that she felt this way for 1 year. She keeps telling me 1 year, Matt. There was 1 year that I was going through this. There was 1 year that I just wasn't feeling right. I wasn't feeling myself. She says, but nobody could figure out what was going on with me. Nobody knew that this was life-threatening or that I was even going to die. Your mom says to me that she wants to thank you because by the time that they found out what was going on with your mom, she tells me it was too late and the doctors were always one step behind what was going on and what was happening. She says that, Matt, do you know that my daughter dropped everything to be there to try to help me? She's also making me feel this issue in my stomach. It almost feels like a blockage right here when I'm connecting with her. Because she tells me, Matt, you don't understand, my daughter was trying to feed me. She was trying to go get food. She was doing all these things. And your mom tells me, Matt, please let her know that in spirit, not only am I fine, she says, but I need her to know that I can eat, that I can walk, that I can move, and not to think of me as what she saw before my passing. What was really tough is this. She tells me that you were fighting with the doctors here in this world, to try to get her more care, to try to get her taken care of better. And your mom also tells me, Matt, she says, I felt so safe with my daughter. She actually wants to thank you for holding on to her jewelry here in the physical world when I'm connecting.
Yes, I do.
Perfect. Know that she says to me, Matt, it's okay for her to change that ring. So does it not fit you? Or do you have to go and change it, like to wear it?
Yeah, it's too small.
She says to me, tell her it's all right. Tell her, go to the jewelers. You tell her to have that size. You tell her to put it on her finger, she tells me. She says, because I wanted her to have that for me. She says that I wanted her to feel me with her as often, she says, as she put it on. So she needs you to know that. But what's really tough is this. She says to me, Matt, she goes, I want my daughter to know that not only am I at peace on the other side, but I'm with her through life. She keeps whispering in my ear, happy birthday, happy birthday.
My husband's?
So you were here looking to hear from your husband and your mother.
Yes.
Oh my God. And did you book this day because it was next to your husband's birthday?
Yes.
No wonder why. Listen, I don't know why I hear certain things from the other side, but I kept hearing, happy birthday, the birthday, the birthday. So know that if you're here and you're like, you know what, this is crazy. My husband passed on this day. I'm going to come here. Please know he's also here, but I got to finish up this message from your mom.
Okay.
I got to tell you that what's really tough is your mom says to me that there's a couple things that she wants to let you know. When she passed on here in this world, she wants to thank you for trying to stay close with the family here in this world. She knows about the way that you contacted people, tried to keep the family together, the way that you went and even contacted people to be with your mom before her passing. But she also tells me that you're all upset, that there's this weight that's hanging on you every single day because when your mom was passing, right, your mom was the type of person where if somebody needed her, she was there for them. It didn't matter what. She shows me she was there for every birthday, holiday, celebration, whatever someone was going through. And then she tells me that when she was passing and you were calling all these people, nobody was really there for your mother.
Yes.
She says to me, Matt, please tell my daughter. She says, not to hold on to that pain. Leave that with me. She says, I know who was there for me and who wasn't. She says, and all I needed was her, she tells me. So she wants to bring that through and let you know that. She also tells me she came to you in the dream.
Yeah.
She says to me, that was really me. And by the way, this woman keeps going on and on and on, trying to get you a husband, but she won't stop. She's saying to me, and Matt, can you let her know also, I want to thank her for the way that she dressed me before I passed. So she talks about you getting her all dressed up so beautifully and making her look so beautiful before she died.
Yes.
So no, and did you buy her a new outfit or get her a new outfit? Because she says to me, Matt, she goes, it's like my daughter went shopping at the mall for me. She says to me, look, she goes, look, I got this new outfit, and she's showing me how beautiful. And your mother says to me, what you did for me before I died is something that I will never forget. She says, because the way that you laid her to rest showed her just how much that you loved her, just how much you cared about her, and about how special she was to you. And what's so beautiful is I just asked your husband, validate something so that she knows that you're here, first of all. And your husband actually just showed me a note.
Yes, I did.
He tells me he's got your note in heaven. I said, you need to tell me something right now so that you know, something that no one else knows, that you're here and with her. And he showed me the note. So when you left that note with him, I don't know if you buried him with it or what you did, please know he's got that note in heaven. And do you know that your husband says to me, Matt, he says, I need to let her know that I would have never done something like this. He goes, I would have never stood up in front of all these people and talked like this. He says, I kept everything private. I was very kept to myself here in this world.
It's true.
But I needed to do this for her, he tells me. Because he tells me that he loves you more than life itself. And you need to know that. He tells me you actually have blankets of his that you kept here in this world, because he's talking about the blankets.
Yeah.
And he also tells me about the way that you're having such a hard time going and even sleeping in the bed without him. Because he tells me for a while you weren't sleeping in the bed, or you were sleeping like on the couch.
Yeah, that was true.
What do you mean that was true? Hello? What did you think you were coming to a dance?
I could. I couldn't sleep in the room
He
for a long
tells
time.
me, he says to me, he goes, Matt, you let her know that I've been visiting her every single night. But what was so tough is that your husband passed in tragedy here in the physical world when I'm connecting with him. He was not supposed to die like this, he shows me, when I'm connecting with him. I keep feeling like I'm going unconscious when I'm connecting with his soul.
Yeah.
Okay, that would be the reason why. And he also says to me, because I keep hearing my head. So when I hear that, that tells me there was either loss of oxygen or there was something that happened up here that caused him not to be able to re-enter his body or to keep living here in the physical world. He says to me this, he says, Matt, he says, I don't want to talk too much about it because my wife goes and thinks about my passing again and again and again and again and again.
Yeah.
He says, and I need her to stop that. Because what I want her to know is that the life that she's living right now is still the life that I want for her on the other side. Because he tells me the two of you were supposed to be going traveling with one another. You had travel plans. He also tells me he was a little bit of an adventurous here in this world.
Yeah, he was.
Because he talks about like wanting to do some weird shit when I'm speaking to him. Like, how do you connect with having like a motorhome or an RV?
Yeah, I was going to do it when I retire.
Okay. Because he's saying to me, Matt, you don't understand. This was our retirement. And I'm seeing this shitty RV. And I'm like, that's what you're calling retirement? He's like, yeah, we were going to go here and there and the other. He shows me like him being kayaking and doing all this stuff. And I'm like, what the hell is this? But he tells me that's what he wanted to do here in this world. So know that the one thing that I have to tell you is this, is that as hard as it was for him to leave you, right? And as hard as it was for you to lose your mom, those two souls are together and with you right here, right now. Letting you know that on the other side, they are okay. And that they are at peace. So know that one of the things that I have to tell you is that your husband just said to me this. He says, Matt, please tell my wife that she is so special to me here in this world. He says, please let her know that just because I die does not mean that life stops for her or that she does anything different. He says, I want her to celebrate and enjoy life as though that I'm still with her and know that nothing is off the table. He says, you go, you travel, you have fun, you do everything, because everywhere that you go, his soul goes with you. He says, and at the end of the day, know that as much as you feel like you're alone or you're by yourself, because he even tells me that you don't want to celebrate the holidays or do things.
That's true.
He says, you celebrate. You do it for me. And by the way, you also have dogs here in the physical world.
Yeah.
Because he tells me he comes to visit the dogs. You got to know, pets can see spirit too, and he tells me he comes to visit the dogs.
Yeah, she barks sometimes for no reason.
Please know that she's most likely seeing him because he says to me he comes to visit her. Letting you know that on the other side, he's still very much in that house with you. He is there on the other side, and your mom is there as well.